Hey guys, Kickassreaction here, and we are back with some more Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. And we are now back with the second official class trial of the game to find out who killed Chihiro. It's literally there on the bottom text right there. I don't think I even... Did the first trial have that? I don't remember if the first trial had the text on the bottom there. Is the killer hidden within the group? Is there any help to be found in the series of murders? So yep, that's all the same stuff as not the same stuff as what's going on really. But yeah, so we're back to find out who done it in the way of quoting Monokuma right there. So I'm gonna look at my set skills right off the bat because I think I did get a couple of them in the in this chance. Yeah, this is the one I think I got from either Celeste or Kyoko, because I got the multiple coin one from I think that was Kyoko, or it might have been Celeste. I don't know. The coin one seems to fit either one, to be honest. So the focus gauge decreases more slowly during concentration and fever time. Effective during the non-stop debate. The Hangman's Gambit and the bullet time battle costs 5 skill points. I still don't get how these skill points work. Melodious voice. I think I got that from Sayaka. Increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Effective during the bullet time battle. Oh, that makes the bullet time battle easier then. Okay. I only got 2, interesting. Focus the gauge decreases more slowly during concentration. Alright, I'm gonna equip this though, because if this helps against the bullet time battle, what do I need? Oh, I can have both. Interesting. Hangman's Gambit and the bullet time battle costs 5 skill points. I don't get what that means though, skill points. I still don't know what the skill point slot means. But alright, we'll just equip them. Why not? Alright, and we have the e-handbooks. We have all of our quotes here. Truth bullets, I mean. I think I'm ready to begin this. Because, yeah, we have a lot. 16 freaking evidence pieces. That is insane. Alright. Hopefully, I think I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to find out who killed Chihiro. Let's go. Class trial. All rise. Let's do this. And we're back here.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
I'm so glad I don't have to voice act this entire thing. That's what is so good about the trials. They're such a nice breath of fresh air from the non-stop voices in the game.
If you can figure out who done it,
Yep.
then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Yep, pretty much. Remember that clearly.
Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon.
Alright, that's a nice easy begin there. Nice easy start. It was obviously the dumbbell with covered in blood. First we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Yeah, it's not really hard, you know. So do I have multiple choices? Okay, I do just have that now, from now on. Alright, library, desk lamp, alright.
Chihiro's fatal injury.
Oh, god damn it! Wait, how do I...
It was a head wound.
Oh, it was L, okay.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument.
Yeah.
But
Well, good thing I didn't hit
what kind
anything
of
there, because that
blunt
would have
instrument
sucked.
Could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Nope.
Interesting. That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Not quite. It would make for a good weapon, but not quite. Alright, so that's our one. It's the iron
Chihiro's
pipe.
fatal injury.
Nope.
It appears it was a head wound.
How do I speed it up again?
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I'm actually forgetting all
I bet it was an
the
iron.
I'm actually forgetting all the controls here.
No, that's wrong.
Yep. It's been quite a while since the last trial. I'm kind of forgetting how to play.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell? Found at the scene of the crime?
Obviously. Where did he get fucking iron pipe from? What? Did you even investigate, hero?
It was covered in blood. And there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As
Yep.
far as I'm concerned, There's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
Yeah, that was a pretty easy start, honestly.
Looked at her head wound?
Well, yeah.
Yay! That's so creepy!
Oh, trust me, she looked a lot more than just a head wound, guys. Seriously, Kyoko thoroughly examined that body for sure, as she instructed us to do.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here.
Oh my god,
Move
that's
on to
sick!
Discussion of the culprit.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but the fucking, yeah, because Chihiro's so tiny, the fucking, yeah, the images correspond to how tall the character is. That's sick.
Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
Yeah, no.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Yeah, so this is where the manipulation of Byakuya's whole fucking thing in this chapter begins off. He wants to just steer this into a completely different case. Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer? Did he really kill Chihiro? First off, she, guys, come on. And secondly, no. A new element has been added to a non-stop debate. Oh my god, here we go. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear and disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of these as obstacles. Okay, so if I hit one, I'm just fucked then. Right? There's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the A button to attach the silencer, which you can cause to shoot down the white noise. Okay, however, if you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the limit time will decrease, so take careful aim when you have the silencer out. Well, I have like 5 minutes, I think, so I don't even need much time anyway. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise will not appear at all. Yeah, basically, if you're being a pussy, you won't have any trouble in any other cases. In that case, you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck and have fun. Cool. So let's do this. Genocide Jack case file, desk, locker and dumbbell, okay.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Oh, so we
So,
actually have to
speaking of Genocide Jack,
interest him.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, sure, some people aren't quite sure on this stuff, but interesting. So we actually have to testify for Byakuya's case in this one and make it seem like it is Genocide Jack. Okay, I'm really curious how long this trial's going to be then, since it's clear we're stirring this in a completely opposite direction of what actually happened. Okay.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed. as far
How do
as
I
I'm
speed up? I've completely forgotten how to do that.
Impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, there's
Oh.
just no proof for it.
Fire!
No, that's wrong.
Yep. Alright, so it's circle to continue forward.
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
Yep. A friend also told me that scene of him reading the Genocide Jack case is the scene of him looking horrified in the intro as well. So I assume all of the shots from the intro, of course, will play out throughout the game at some point.
What?
That was just a nice little detail to know.
Weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now.
For now, you better explain that very soon, guys.
More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be 2 defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
What the hell?
No. It's actually bloodlust.
Oh, you actually were there to see that. Good job.
More important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
If I'm remembering right, It's the scissors.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic of the Genocide Jack case is how the victim was positioned, the bloody message, where the murder took place. Okay, it's how the victim was positioned.
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way.
Yep.
Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
Not quite. Again, replicated to look like it, but there's no scissors involved here.
So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Damn! Just coming out and saying it. Holy fuck.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
Yep, we're just coming out and saying it right off the bat, guys. This is early stuff in the case as well. My god.
You lie!
Yeah, I'm standing right next to her, bro.
Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Yeah, it's a split personality thing, isn't it?
Another riddle. Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
Yep. I feel like I can just about see it. Genocide Jack is Toko, but isn't Toko. What does it mean? So let's go. Alright, what are our bullets this time? Oh, it's a... Oh, what the fuck? Alright, let's go. We, gotta start shooting shit. Alright, S. I's already there. C's a new one. Oh, is it Schizo? Yeah, so I need an O. There you are. Okay, yeah, Schizo.
Now I understand. Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Yep.
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Yeah. If she's never been found before, I'm curious who came up with that theory, to be honest.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, look how nervous she's looking right now.
Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality has to do with her behavior. She fainted. Her behavior changed. Yep.
I got it!
She arrived late. No.
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
It was kind of like a in-between, I guess, of like a crazy killer, but also just like someone who wasn't there fully. Oh, I forgot about that face. My god, that is... It's kind of hot. I'm fine, I'm fine. Oh, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? She must hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world's a front and a back, a top hidden and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies. This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm.
Yeah, and then there's just Celeste just watching this play out with curious wonder.
In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
Yep.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
She literally said it out loud, Hina. Come on, you were there. Yeah, I won't let Genocide Jack have control. I'm actually having to voice a bit more than I thought I would in this trial. Come on, that's what makes you unique. I don't have to voice act. I'll drive out the killer, to drive out the murderous fiend.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Yep.
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah, oh my god, poor Toko. I kind of feel bad for her. But at the same time, she is a bitch. And not in the way that Junko was. So, I mean, you know, kind of evens out a bit.
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
So she already told, Tagami right off the bat?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation.
Oh.
She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time.
That's something you want to tell the guy that you're getting wet for. I mean, seriously, why not? What What the fuck?
And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
That is also kind of tragic, yeah. The reason she's such an anxiety beast is because of a split personality that she literally... Like, it's so bad, she honestly can't even get help for it, because it's like, yeah, if she comes out and says any of that, you know, to, like, a therapist or something, then, you know, confidentiality kind of goes out the window, and you have to report that kind of shit, because it's like, yeah, that is a danger to everyone, and not only is it a potential danger, it's already proved to be a danger, because by that point, by the time she probably figured it out, Genocide Jack was long, you know, long killing by that point. Oh, actually... You know, I haven't felt much for Toko yet, but that honestly does make me feel kind of bad for her. But I'm loving this because it's also just building up Tagami, which is just the fucking goat, so, you know. Positives and negatives.
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
Yep. Look at, yeah, even got fucking Monokuma over there. Really curious if the mastermind knew this either.
You promised.
I mean, honestly.
I can't believe you lied.
The fact that the Genocide Jack thing was in the school at all probably means that they definitely knew.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's like if Lelouch was actually a dick, Tagami. He's like, yeah, I'm not fucking with you, girl, at all.
This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Yep.
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Yeah, he never said that.
That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that.
Yeah, he would not degrade himself to making a false promise like that, girl. Come on, you are a commoner to this, Chad.
But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing. Could you?
Oh my god, I'm loving Tagami. I love how active he is in this trial. In the first one, he basically did nothing, and now it's just like, bro, I'm the fucking main character. There's two blondes here, and it ain't the one you're playing as.
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
Oof. Oof, that's a big one.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
Really? We're gonna meet Genocide Jack?
The person?
That face! Oh my god! I don't remember if she made that one yet. She's just got so many.
You don't mean...
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed throughout the courtroom, but in the next second... Oh my god, here it is. What the hell is this? What the hell is this?
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Oh my god, that's hot. Holy fuck, that tongue! Jesus Christ, man, what the hell? Oh my fucking god, yes, yes, yes.
Yes, what the heck?
And yeah, point for me standing there right next to her.
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide
Genocide Jill, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
What the fuck is this?
Seriously?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's fault.
Oh, I love these kind of characters. I always fall big for the fucking crazy, deranged fucking psychos. You've got like your Jinx, you've got Toga, you've got Monica, you've got like Carnage from Marvel Comics and shit. Like, oh, these characters are always the best. Those teeth.
She's so intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
Oh my god. Again, there's no way this is the killer. But you better keep her like this for the next chapter, because I want to spend time with this. I might actually take time out of my busy schedule with both Kyoko and Celeste to make time to spend with all that.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yeah, for real.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie.
I swear even Monokuma said something similar to that.
Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
My god, oh my... oh. We're not there yet, but already the seeds have been planted. The roots are growing for the potential of best character. And I don't want to, you know, take away from the three that I love so much already. But holy fuck, as a new one just popped in. And I guess that does technically give us a 16th member of the cast. This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. This is fucking hot.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Aw.
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds.
Calm down, girl. Calm down.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, that is my favorite face of the game. Holy fuck. I love everyone's like zooming out. Oh, yes. Just, yes.
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
A fair point, and I honestly feel like Monokuma secretly does like Genocide Jill.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people.
You know, she actually has a point there, you know. To live is to hurt other people. I honestly kind of... It's sad, but I do agree with that.
It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone.
Yeah, because it's kind of like a case of where, you know, in order to succeed, you have to make others fail. Like, everything you gain is something someone lost, you know. It's kind of that mentality where you gotta rise to the top, but even in any kind of situation, someone else, even if it isn't directly in front of you, is suffering in the background because of that. It's honestly kind of true how society works, and it is scary to think about, but yeah.
Just kidding again!
No, you're right on the money, Miss Jill. Oh, I didn't even notice the name tag even changed. That's sick.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
No.
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined.
It honestly makes sense, and it's a full puzzle piece, but yeah, no.
So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
I'm really curious as to Tagami's angle here, because again, by skewing the case in this direction, he is inadvertently putting himself at the risk of death as well because of this. But I'm really curious how we would plan to, you know, spin this back to the truth of whoever the hell killed Chihiro, if he even knows for sure.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Yeah.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
I was gonna say, I do apologize, but I'm also gonna... I did it for the first one, but I genuinely think, again, the mixing of the audio is just kind of bad when it comes to the trials and the audio, so I am gonna just turn those down one each again.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
That sounds a lot better.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said. I need to get some more details about all of this. Alright, another never-ending debate. What we got now? Make your argument. Alright, what do we got? Library desk lamp, status of the dead body, disappearing stain. That's definitely not it. The stain one. Status of the dead body, most likely. But let's see, what do we want?
But I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things. Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
Yeah, not quite.
What more proof do we need?
That's the hit right there.
Give it up. You killed her.
Alright, so we've got it, yeah. I don't even feel like I need to hit the white noises, honestly, but still a little bit of extra gameplay to go through. 1, 2...
You say that, but perhaps if you had an... Oh, an alibi!
When you compare your path, the modus operandi matches completely.
Got ya. Damn, I was almost right in that fucking white line there.
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah.
I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
She only killed with scissors, to our knowledge anyway, and obviously she never would have used a fucking dumbbell.
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
Oh my god, another mistress that will treat us like dirt. You are so trying to take Celeste's spot right now, Miss Jill. But your status right now is just Miss Jill, but it's already going up.
I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things.
Yep, it's the scissors.
Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything.
Yep, to the point to where it's literally the exact same fucking scissors in each case.
But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee.
What the hell?
This is no creation of mine.
They're also only on this image, I think. They're also just guys as well. I think the top one on the right page is a guy.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Yeah, it's literally just like a shitty imitation of it.
For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
God, I'm so hoping I can rizz up Genocide Jack in the next one, because I do have scissors from the slot machine.
But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini,
I love these fucking shitty food analogies.
then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
No, keep doing it.
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
Yeah, she was tied up with an extension cord. The bow was posed. Well, what was used to suspend her? Yep. When she was suspended, what was used to suspend her?
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
But it's not rope.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
See, this is the good thing, because this is a case genuinely in Makoto's favor, because no one else has ever seen the Genocide Jack files before. And you've even noticed that Kyoko hasn't said a thing this entire case yet, because even she isn't aware that the school had the files in them. So it's really interesting.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
Because, yeah, this is the case to where, like, Kyoko just does nothing in this case, which is so funny, and has just kind of been slotted out for Tagami, which is by complete contrast to how he's trying to woo this case.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement!
Oh, that's sick.
Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use.
Of course, naturally, yes, yes.
And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
That's your nickname now, buddy.
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case.
They are guys, aren't they? They're all boys.
There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
That fucking little lolly girl. Oh. I like how she's also just taking, like, slight offense to the idea that we can't put together her obvious craft. What she sees as, like, a signature for her victim, in a way. There's a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it. I think I figured it out. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro, because Chihiro was her friend, because Chihiro was her lover. Wow. Because it was a girl, yeah.
I got it.
Supposedly,
Is it
it was a girl.
because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
They were all meat and to veg. Yeah, like I said, I am not even trying these names because I know I'll do it. I'll butcher it. They're all blokes.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men!
Does she go for shorties? I didn't pick up on that, but sure.
I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates
Oh.
it.
Well, it looks like you're clear, Hifumi.
But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
Oh my god.
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen
Yeah.
just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid.
And the analogies never stop.
I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Again, he has a point.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Damn.
Lowly cur?
Yeah. Damn, that's like the first time he's actually reacted to that. Like, what the fuck you just call me?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive...
Yeah, I'm killing a guy. Or all of them.
Why would I bother with the message and arrangement?
Oh.
It'd make me the obvious suspect!
Yeah, fair point.
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Do you have scissors on you, then?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors?
Yeah, no, you idiot. It's her prized, specially made, handcrafted scissors.
I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
There's an artistic, like, process to this, Ifumi. Like, come on.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Oh my god. Oh my god. She fucking packed them. Where was she hiding those?
She's fully equipped!
I'm just asking, where was she hiding those in particular, you know, because Toko has been in control throughout most of the game. What the fuck?
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I genuinely cannot decide what faces are better for this character or not. There's always like distinct ones I feel like for each character, but just every face for this being is just good. And that tongue, holy my god. Like, fucking hell, that tongue.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Not quite.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer.
And now we're gonna start swaying it in Tagami's angle because only him and Makoto knew it. Now, hold on, there is one person, the guy who literally brought the whole fucking case up so far. Where are you? There you are. Oh, whoa, whoa, hello. Man's actually looking nervous.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Yep.
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
No, he did stuff, but not the crime in question.
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it.
Yeah, that's been fairly obvious for a while now.
The adorable glasses man was behind it all.
Oh my god.
I'm on fire!
When you don't even care which one's in control, they both fell for the fucking G.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
Oh, even now he doesn't care.
Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
You've always been suspicious, bro. Don't worry about it.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
He literally told us to go into the girls' locker room. And the locker rooms, they're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room, exactly.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
And you're not a pervert.
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Well, that's just a silly statement right there.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
How would he know it was fucking Chihiro, you idiot?
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
Yeah, like, how would he know it was... More? There's more to this? My god, this never ends, does it? Now we're going to add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the Y button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. Oh? This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have an answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you just have to decide, you just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything, okay? Well then, good luck and have fun. Oh, now we have to, yeah, now we have to make sure we pay extra attention to this stuff now. Because now we're getting kind of juicy. Alright, the Monokuma file too, so I need to memorize some stuffs. Alright, let's see. Read the whole thing.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room...
Fucking Jill.
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
Except for you, supposedly.
The victim was Chihiro, who
Yep.
was a girl.
That's the one we
Of
need.
course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Dude, what the hell? You're supposed to not be into, like, 3D. I just realized there's a clear contradiction there. I need to make that contradiction clear.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But
Yep.
he was acting weird...
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's a natural...
The victim was Chihiro.
Fire!
No, that's wrong. I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was.
Yeah.
So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must
I
admit.
love it. I just love how he's like, yes, good idea, Mr. Makoto. He's acting like we're a fucking pet right now or something. It's just so good.
Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
Now I actually don't know what he's talking about. It's like he doesn't even care. Yeah, because he didn't... Again, the only reason he'd be this calm at this point, again, is because he does know who killed Chihiro. And that's the thing I'm still struggling a little bit with. Like, I have suspicions, but I just don't... I don't know for sure yet. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
Yeah, he's not gonna clap and fold like Leon did.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it.
Oh, finally decided to include in the case, are you?
We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Not that. The differences between this case and other Genocide Jack... Okay. I'm actually not sure right now. I thought we were done with that, honestly. Oh, shit. This is bad. Library, Deathlamp, Celeste's account, Disappearing Stain.
What?
Okay.
The difference between the cases?
Lay it on me.
Want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope.
Oh, we have
Was
to
it not?
explain the death
That's
lamp.
right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Alright, that's the one.
Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden
No,
away
he's even
somewhere.
turning away, like not even addressing us. As people, that's sick. Alright. So we've got it now. It's the death lamp.
You want me to explain? When I want to kill, I use my very own, and I use those same scissors to arrange.
But Chihiro, it was some kind of...
That's right! It absolutely...
Then there must be something...
Hey, Byakuya,
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Gotcha.
No, that's wrong.
Yes.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
Yep. Wait, seriously? The extension piece was right there?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time
Yeah.
went missing after the murder.
Alright, that looks terrible right there, but yeah.
And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
You're completely right about that one, Taka. We're right there.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message.
Yeah. So soon they're probably going to ask us about how we got into the room, and then we'll have to bring up the e-handbook cards, I presume. I presume that's what we got next.
I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Yes, everything about that is true other than you did the kill yourself. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. It's as if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
Not quite, Mono. There's still quite a bit to go through.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
Yeah, I've still got tons of
He
evidence
kept
left.
calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Oh, sorry, testimonies, I should say.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
Yeah, but think about last time, Hero. We decided who did it then, and it was not the case at all.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime.
Yeah.
Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath.
There's the question of why was she in the locker room to begin with, as well as Celeste's own testimony, and we can even see the shadow of Jill.
What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Byakuya remarks just now, something in there that concerns me. Oh crap, I actually forgot what he just said. Was it that?
I got it!
Oh, thank God.
You
Alright,
say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right?
I completely derped on what I was even supposed to say there.
But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
Yep, maybe in the boys' locker room? Togami?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
That fucking smirk. Oh yes.
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else. then carried there later.
That is still... Ah, that might be just as fucked up as the murder when you think about it. He took the poor girl's body, defiled it, and then fucking hung it up like a goddamn trophy.
Along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene?
Oh. Oh, now we're actually slipping in. Now he's actually getting there.
That was awfully specific.
Oh.
Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
Again, I don't think he did it, but we're getting reactions now, which is
I
interesting.
believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? Yeah. When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up until now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Yeah. This proof is in the posters, the poster, and the, what's it called? The carpet. Sakura's account. Let's see what we got. Yeah. I feel like either one works right now. But I'm going to use this right now anyway. Oh, for God's sake. I feel like that does prove it, though.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
Yes.
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But
I
don't
still
you
love
think that's
that
kind of
description.
strange?
The big booby supermodel.
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
And ironically, in this game, there is, like, no boobs that go that big.
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Maybe, but that's another case.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado.
They look like girls themselves, though. Like, either that or it's like a fucking Code Geass off-brand type shit.
Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
Yep, they were switched because the blood was already on one of the posters.
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
Yep, here we go.
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
Alright, I think that's everyone said something now. Because I know that Sakura and Kyoko have said the least so far in this trial, and that's unfortunate. The hairpiece just clipping right off of Hifumi right there.
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
Yeah, no, it's not the stain that was scrubbed away. It was moved. Yeah, because that very stain is in the boys' locker room.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
The whole scene.
But why would anyone do that?
Because that carpet also had blood on it.
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
What?
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body.
Yep, and now we have to go into how the hell did Chihiro even get into that room to begin with.
By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
There is one obvious answer, but it's not quite the one I think we're going with.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime?
Because it makes it obvious thinking that a girl would have done it, then it swaps the gender assumption.
Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
Because she has a pee-pee.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device, but Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Hello, Hero. You haven't really said much yet. I didn't even consider you for a second there. Go on, do your thing.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Oh, what? Let your hero talk for a moment. Come on. Let him have a few words in here.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I've got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate programmer, after all.
It's a fair assumption.
I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Yeah.
If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Only thing is, that handbook is broken. But I'm still not sure how that happened either. That's another mystery, kinda.
Could Chihiro really?
She must have hacked. She was the ultimate. I'm sure that would have. No, I don't. She used the thing that.
Huh?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Boom.
No, that's wrong. No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
Wow, he just instantly accepted it. Oh man, I love Hero. I barely even said a word about him in the whole playthrough, but he's just a guy you can just chill so much with, innit?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Seriously?
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Borrowing, giving, not taking.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Bingo.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
She's a guy.
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
We're not done yet. Calm your ass down. Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya was the one who did it, right? No. But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
Again, hello. You have not said a thing yet. Well, one thing, but you've barely even been here.
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
Yep.
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
It's not a girl.
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Really? We can have breaks and we can have recesses in between trials?
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting?
Wow.
Well, all right then.
Wow.
I declare an official class trial recess.
I feel like it'd be kind of easy to manipulate if that's all you gotta say to get him to do stuff. Come on, Monokuma, it's a little too silly.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Yeah, don't worry. This is where we start cooking.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Very much so. That is so funny. Like, again, she's barely said a word in this fucking trial and then just comes and blows everyone's minds out the way. Oh my god. We had all that shit about earlier about Jill saying how she wouldn't have killed Chihiro because it's not a guy. Well, I bet she's regretting that now. So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was the exact crime scene.
The girls' locker room?
I swear, is she just gonna, like, pull the skirt up and just, like, reveal the dong?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
Please tell me that's what happens.
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want us to check again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Yep.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
Trust me, you won't be that excited in a few moments, Ifumi.
No way, no way, no way, no way, no way!
Kinda wish he was the one to do it now.
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
What the fuck? Like, no, Hina, that can be both equally traumatizing regardless of gender.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
See, you might not even be wrong there, honestly, you know, they do spend a lot of time together.
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
I'm not entirely sure about that one, Hina. I feel like you and Sakura, you know?
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Jesus, yep.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but...
Do it.
What? This is... What is this...
Yes!
What is it? Not possible. It's not possible.
That face, though. Sakura's eyes were staring widely at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is...
It really is a trap.
Is what?
Is a boy.
And there we have it. Ah, there we have it. Meat and to veg revealed.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
Yeah, bro's instantly turned off.
What? You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Yep. Bro's mortified, that face.
Chihiro was a guy?
Apparently so.
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat.
Of course you did.
Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Then he was a cross.
Yeah. Oh, poor Jill.
On fire! I wish I had killed him.
Yeah, poor Jill. Oh, she lost the cutest victim she'd ever have.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Sure thing, bro.
Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
Damn, by that point, you know, Monokuma might like you so much he ends up actually burying you instead of just throwing you in the incinerator, Kyoko. If you're one of the ones to go off.
We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
All right.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought had never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
Fair enough, yeah.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
Yep.
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Just entertainment value. There's literally nothing else to it.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
Wow.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
And now he's right back to this.
This has become very interesting indeed.
Yeah, he's right back to that fucking just... this.
Ah, he's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
No, he's just sick in the head, but it's fine because he's him.
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
Yeah.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it.
Yeah, and remember, very early in Chapter 2, I think he said that he promised us that when he did eventually kill someone, it'd be something original. Something we wouldn't put together as easily as this, you know, not some shitty bootleg, like, Genocide Jack investigation, some actual, like, next level shit. And I'm expecting that much later.
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct.
What
for
the
time
hell?
being.
Mark it as correct?
Yeah, bro's in control right
He's
now.
right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
You came across it in the girls' locker room. So you already went in there.
Are you fucking with us right now?
What the hell?
No, I am not effing with you
Nice.
right now. I'm telling you the truth.
He doesn't even swear.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
God, I just love how he reacts to everyone in this game. He does not give a shit. It's so good.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
I was bored.
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
It's like literally a case of, this is boring.
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility.
Wow. So now it's a case of we've figured out everything that Byakuya did, and now he's kind of in the back burner, and now Toko's once again taken the the spotlight again from Byakuya to put the mystery together.
Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Good, I like it when the girls get along.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Literally none at all.
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? Yeah, that's the thing. Again, I said before, I'm kind of narrowing it down a little to like Taka or Mondo, but I don't know. Because again, it's like I can't imagine anyone else fucking just throwing a goddamn or just shoving a dumbbell on his head.
I got it.
Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. And here we go. Another non-stop debate. Let's go. Library desk lamp disappearing stain, Celeste's account. Oh, Celeste's account, because we've used the others.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yep.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer. And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in.
That's interesting.
Game over, man. Game over.
Because I feel like...
No! Not game over!
I feel like either Hina or Hiro's words there could be the
Isn't there a single
bullet
clue that
type,
might lead
the
us to-
bullet there. Let's
Did
see.
nobody
I'm gonna go with
Sure,
Hiro
so-and-so.
though. I think.
Perhaps someone saw the victim.
Yeah. All we need right now is any...
It's over. You want to know who saw the killer? And only the...
Oh, thank God.
No, that's wrong.
Okay, those white lines are making me a little nervous now because they are getting a little close.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
Yeah, sorry, Piggy, but I didn't tell you.
The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Yeah.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
Yeah, that is honestly a fair point. Unless the murderer, like, stuffed it into, like, their room or Chihiro's room, because it's kind of bizarre, but we're still not allowed to actually check dorm rooms themselves in investigations, which I honestly find just really weird. Like, the only reason we were able to, locate or check Makoto's room is because, Sayaka's body was in there, but if you can just move them after the murder, you can hide all the evidence in your own room, and apparently that would just be enough to get you off the hook.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry, but why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
Yep.
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Because he couldn't get into your locker room.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship!
You almost forget at this point that Jill's even here. I mean, I know you can't forget her, but it's both good and tragic that she's not the star anymore.
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
Even I'm derping on what she means by that.
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing weird about the duffel bag or the tracksuit really there.
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Yeah.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
I mean, I guess maybe if they had the same color jacket? I don't know. I don't know. I'm actually a little lost right now.
Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe, yeah. Alright, so what's my options here then? Okay, we still have that.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise.
Yep.
So next we have to ask...
Oops, sorry.
Why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
Okay.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit?
No!
My tracksuit is black.
No!
I don't even have a tracksuit.
Oh no, it's fucking Mondo. They literally just gave that out.
I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Oh, why
Any
couldn't
of
it have
that
been
really help
Taka?
us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
They literally just told
Heard it,
you.
right? What he just said without even realizing it?
Yeah, it's Mondo. Oh, why couldn't it have been Taka? Oh, they just formed a bro friendship as well, and it's like... Mondo was like one of my... Like, other than like Tagami in this chapter, he was like my favorite of the guys.
First of all, we know where he was on his way, so next week, why
Oh,
did he
Mondo.
What do you mean this?
I got it! It matched the one...
So, the killer was wearing the same blue track...
No, that's wrong.
Oh, god damn it.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
This kind of took me out of the case, honestly. Because I really like Mondo.
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
Yeah.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue track?
It was literally like, she fucking baited you into saying it.
You just...
Yeah, she baited you into admitting it, bro.
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
Oh, that might have been... That's like Kyoko's that's like Kyoko's sneakiest fucking, like, deception right there. She fucking baited Mondo into admitting it.
As a matter of fact, it was...
Blue.
Blue?
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Yeah.
Well, because
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
Oh yeah, and that's Taka, because they just became like the bros of bros, from brothers to like possible lovers in the future.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility.
Again, I like how we're getting nicknames for everyone, but
Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro?
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
that's another like great. Oh, so that fucking swell in the tongue. My god, everything about Jill is just perfect.
just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
Oh.
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
She stuffed the jacket into a bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone. Yeah.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
I mean, to be fair, a little bit was sticking out.
Yeah.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Yeah, you baited him into saying that. Fucking hell.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, seriously.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't
Yep.
it?
And once again, these three are like coming together to put the whole case in place.
Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit.
That's actually ingenious.
That's why you said you knew who did it. To put them on edge.
Yeah. Again, the reveal is a little, like, sussy, but the fact that you can even make people just slip up like that without needing all the evidence in a trial is very interesting. Like, I'm really curious if that particular element will come up again later on.
That's right.
I doubt it would happen again because, you know, after this, you don't let that ever fucking happen.
Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Oof.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he spoke because he gave it away?
There
No.
was a certain turning point that
Oh,
tipped me
yeah.
off.
That was weird. They didn't do the, I got it thing there.
Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick.
I honestly don't recall him ever referring to a girl as chick. But I don't even remember him really speaking to a girl at all, really, beyond Chihiro at this point. Huh. Yeah, I don't remember him actually speaking to any of the girls.
And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude.
It's always just been like Taka, even before Taka was like part of the group, wasn't his bro. He's like the only one he even spoke to, really.
Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
Yeah, like I said, she's like ultimate detective, like assassin, like, you know, something around something around that area. She picks up on things.
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful.
She's frightful, but yeah, not a
No.
witch.
I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
God, yeah, that sucks for Mondo, man.
I didn't kill anyone!
Yeah, he's got nothing. He's fumbling as much as Leon was.
You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
I actually do feel bad for Taka right now, because it's like, again, it was like his bro. It was like the brotherhood right there.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
What is that? I swear, that's like a different voice entirely for him.
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly...
Oh, shut up. Just say it.
might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What is that, a handbook?
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Okay.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
Oh yeah, it was, wasn't it? That was actually just a guess right there. Yeah, I didn't think he'd lose his own handbook, so I just had to guess Chihiro.
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
Huh.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
Yeah, and Leon's was broken. Why would Leon's be broken then? Yeah, I have no idea what Leon's had to do with this.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
They're not.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall.
Yeah, Leon's is the one that's stumping me. I have no idea what Leon's has to do with this.
For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How, precisely, did the handbooks get broken?
By exploiting a bug. By hitting its weak point.
I got it!
But
You
what
already told us
is the
before
weak
that the
point?
handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that?
Oof.
Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
That's so funny when I'm questioning fucking the judge.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession,
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
Yep, you're part of the trial as well, man. Don't forget.
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example?
Sure.
Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
Ah, right, because Mondo and, Thingy did the sauna challenge, right? Yeah, because in that case, Mondo still had his clothes on, but Taka didn't. That was a bit of a weird scene. I still don't get why Leon's handbook is broken, though. Because I get in that case, it's like, if Mondo had his handbook on him, which he would have because his clothes are on, his would have broken unintentionally. But why is Leon's broken? Because you'd think he would have used Leon's handbook just as his own at that point, right? Because he doesn't have one anymore. But why is Leon's broken? I don't get that.
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, actually, 200. It's not that bad, I'd say, for, like, a sauna, but that's still pretty high temperature.
It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around.
Science.
So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
Cool.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
It was because the challenge that Taka and Mondo did.
Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke?
Very stupidly, might I add.
They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that?
Mondo.
I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa!
Yep.
Seriously?
Yep.
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Oh, poor Taka, because he knows exactly what he's gonna say. Oh, I actually really do feel bad for Taka right now. Yep. Oh, we do this more than once in a trial. That's interesting.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
Yep.
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on.
That's not a school uniform, but yeah, that was so fucking stupid. Oh my god, that was so dumb.
But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
It makes sense, it's all coming together.
Wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond the shadow of a doubt. Oh crap, I'm kind of derping myself right now. I honestly don't know. There's fucking 5 of them! Card reader, Chihiro's handbook, Genocide Jack case. What the fuck?
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
Alright, I need to hear what they say first, because for this one.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
I don't know this one.
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
I honestly don't know this
if
one.
what he says is correct, you broke your own
But I have to
handbook.
make a guess.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Maybe
Well, my
Chihiro's.
goddamn handbook works just fine.
Oh, god damn it.
See? Makoto was wrong.
Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Okay.
Let's test if
Yeah,
what
again,
he says
5
is
minutes
you
is
broke
more
your
than enough to
own
at least
hand.
make
In
a
other
guess
words,
anyway.
then that proves that
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
These fucking things!
See? Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Oh, this is actually a little
Let's test if
annoying.
what he says you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves that
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
I can't. Oh, I clicked the
Makoto
wrong
was
thing
wrong.
there.
Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Oh, I'm actually messing this one up quite a bit.
Let's test if what he says you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
There we go. Nope, I was wrong. Okay. Just shut up, you little bitch. Oh crap.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
in other words, if then that proves
Well, my goddamn handbook.
See? Makoto was wrong after
Fire.
all!
What the hell?
Shoot!
Oh shit, I'm gonna mess this up, aren't I?
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
The broken
what
handbook.
he says you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves
Well, my goddamn handbook works just.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all!
What the what is this one?
Shoot!
Unless it's like the card reader can like...
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct,
Wait.
then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
in other words, if Mondo then that proves
Well, my goddamn handbook.
See? Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
I'm actually gonna mess this one up, and I know I am.
let's test
This
if
one
what
is
he says
really
you broke
stumping
your
me.
own. In other
Damn, this was
words,
going so
if
well
then
as
that
well, and now I'm
proves-
just
Well, my
fucking
goddamn
lost.
handbook.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Alright, that one I didn't confirm either way though, I just messed
let's
that up.
test if what he says you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves
Well, my goddamn handbook.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all!
Fire. Is that not
Mondo
hit?
wouldn't hurt a fly!
I actually can't tell if that's hitting it or not.
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
if what he says is you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves
Well, my goddamn handbook works.
See? Makoto was wrong after all!
Nope.
Shoot!
Alright,
I have one guess left, and honestly,
Let's test
I have
Makoto's
no
assertion.
idea.
If what he says is correct,
you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves
Well, my goddamn handbook works.
See? Makoto was wrong after all!
Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually just...
Shoot!
Yeah. I lost. I failed. No one believes me, nobody wants to hear what I have to say. Uh-oh. We already come to the end of the debate. Do I have to do the whole thing again now? It would appear the one with the most votes is Makoto. However, Makoto is not the blackened, too bad. Looks like the real killer gets to graduate. Congratulations to them. On the other hand, everyone else must now be punished. Oh, I can give it another shot.
to give up yet.
Really, I get the whole thing back. I genuinely don't know this one. The Genocide Jack one is not it. I don't get the card reader either.
let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
What the fuck is it? I don't know.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct,
Then you broke your own.
In other words, if then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just...
Jeez, I swear didn't I do that one? I swear I did that one already.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
Ah, man. That's such a shame. This was such a... I was actually kind of doing this one pretty well, honestly, but I just had no idea what they were talking about there.
The broken handbook that was in the main hall.
Oh, I'm gonna get like a
Isn't
fucking...
that one actually yours?
I'm gonna get like a fucking F rank now on this trial.
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own.
Yeah, but Leon's is also broken.
After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
Oh, right.
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
We already went through that. You can take it.
Well, here's how I look at it.
They're dead.
There's a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting.
Of course.
As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
It's kind of fucked up when you say it like that, but again, it's fair.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch.
I'm kind of disappointed in myself that I didn't put that together, honestly.
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong! You are wrong! You have to be wrong! Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Nope.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning? That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
So I'm gonna do the, Yep, just go right into it, okay. So the comic book thing again. Oh, there's 11 of these, my goodness. Alright, so let's try and get through this. Let's see, so... Yeah, meet Celeste. Celeste notices the, where's the duffel bag? Oh, there's even some from the previous case. That's interesting. So she notices the duffel bag. There it is. Okay, so that's the first one. Yep, so she runs off. Oh, there's two in between each other as well. That sucks. Alright, so I'm assuming this one is Mondo already working out. That one's from Leon. Okay, she goes in. Mondo is working out. Puts the stuff down and instantly just fucking goes for it. That is so messed up. Oh my god, we even got Byakuya here just doing this. Jesus Christ. Oh wait, no, there's one of Chihiro opening the door. So maybe it's open the door. And maybe he lifts up the dumbbell to swing. And then splat. Okay, the rest... Yeah, the rest is him cleaning. Or splatting, I should say. Yeah, it splats on the floor, it splats on the poster. There was another one of the poster, wasn't there? Oh, it's just getting it all moved. Okay, yeah. The dumbbell falls to the ground, Chihiro dies, and then Mondo gets to moving stuff. He moves the poster. Takes Chihiro. Alright, that one's right there, so that's not needed. Then what? Oh, this one is actually quite tricky. Okay, so... Oh, that's interesting. So Mondo moved the rooms. Okay, I thought Byakuya did all of that. But no, he just set it up to look like Genocide Jack. But, yeah, Mike. You know, he looks honestly like Bakura right there from fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! That is such like a Bakura face, honestly. Ties him up. Mike, even by the neck. I don't think we even saw that before. That's crazy. Yeah, the poster gets put up to swap the scenes. What is this? That's an e-handbook, I believe. No. It's him using the rope. The extension cord. What else? And then there's a final one. So he throws the handbooks in. Oh, but there's one of Byakuya coming up. And I'm missing one here. Oh. So one of these is wrong then. One of these is wrong. Because, yeah, he has to write down the message as he's doing the source. Okay. So he kills her. Okay. So it could be Byakuya there. Am I done, or did I miss more? I think I have it. But I'm not... God, I'm really not sure. This one's quite tricky, actually. Oh, right. Because he has to place the dumbbell down as well to fit the scene. No, so he puts that there. But there's also the dumbbell that he has to put down. And then Mondo goes and throws everything else away. Ooh, this one's actually... Yeah, this one is tricky. But I'm out of stuff. Okay, unless the dumbbell... Dumbbell goes there. Then Byakuya comes in, but that's already used. I have no idea. Let's try it.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct?
Yep.
At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag.
Yep, so we got that right.
That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime.
Yep, there's no rule against that.
She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Boom, she goes in, walks in.
Simple, because she was really a he.
Yeah, I'm so used to just calling Chihiro a she. I need to just say he now.
Able to use his own handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room.
Now, this is where I'm not sure.
Inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him.
Yes, okay, that's good.
It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro,
And splat. God, these faces. That is so fucked as well. Like, he literally just came in looking to work out with Mondo, and he just fucking ends her like that.
And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from.
Like, just that face of her him realizing what was about to happen.
It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
Interesting.
Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster.
Oh, I'm wrong. Yeah, I thought I might be wrong about something here. So I have to go back. And the time still goes. That sucks. Yeah, no, the Byakuya one's already used. Oh, he takes to the girls' locker room.
The killer is you!
Yeah, he just straight up goes into the girls' locker room by that point to switch the scenes.
Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the... Then, removing...
Yeah.
And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room.
Yeah, there's quite a few, choices left by the end. You get like 3 of them, I think.
A girl's handbook was necessary.
That's actually pretty
to get
crazy.
into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
God damn it. Alright, so it's not Byakuya finding out just yet. If that even is part of it. Alright, yeah, Byakuya is there. Yeah, he wraps up the girl. Okay, maybe it's this. Yeah, he sets the whole scene up. And now I need to put something back there. Which very well could be the dumbbell.
You! After all, Sayaka and Junko using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
Gotcha. Okay, good.
And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
Bingo. And Byakuya just happened to come across it.
That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation.
Yeah, it's like, bro.
Making things even more complicated.
It's like, bro, you are so uncreative with trying to lay this out. Let me help you.
So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body.
You have got to be kidding me. That has to be it.
You!
And it literally has to be it because I don't have anything else.
He used the cord to...
And I fucked it up. Nobody believes me, nobody knows what I have to hear. Do I have to do all of that again?
Is this...
Do I really have unlimited tries?
I refuse to give up yet.
I can't imagine I have unlimited tries the entire trial. That's kind of fucked. Alright, but I have to... Oh my god, I have to do all of this again. Oh no. Alright, well I can do a little quicker now. Because I have... A majority of it I have figured out. Alright, so... Nope, that's the wrong one. But I don't want to rush it either. So in. Sorry I'm messing up this one. I honestly didn't think it'd be even that hard by this point. I really thought I would have had this one played out pretty well by now. Let's see. I guess it goes to show, you know, I can't underestimate a case. I might have put some of it together, but I didn't put all of it together. So let me see. So, dead, splatter, yes. Alright, he rolls everything up, takes off the poster, goes into the girls' room, and then he sets her up. The poster's already there. So he places the poster down. Then Byakuya comes in, got the rope up. So I guess that rope has nothing to do. I guess this shot has nothing to do with it then. Right. I guess, yeah, because I still think that's last. Alright, he writes the bloody message down. But this is Act 5 now. We're already out of that by now. Alright, that might be it. Again, I don't want to mess this one up, because that would be quite bad if I fucked it up twice, but I think I'm okay now. So let's see.
First,
Alright, so we'll skip over all this, because we've already seen it, of course.
last night at the time.
This really does make me nervous for the future trials, you know, because this is definitely not as easy as
She made her what
this is not as easy as case 1 at all. This is actually pretty tricky.
Simple,
And I think I
which is
still got
why
that stupid fucking rhythm shit after
once
this.
It seems
Oh, I'm
likely
already
that
dreading that. That face at the bottom, though. That is like the face of the
And that's where the blood-
entire trial. Like, my god.
it was likely,
Alright, yep. Roll up.
which is then removing
Take her to the girls' room.
and find a girls with this. After all, using
Set
one
the
of
crime scene up.
and then with the they changed the layout of the boys and girls locker room. That could have been the end of things. Byakuya
Yeah, Byakuya and his Chad self just decided that, you know,
he
this
went
is a
and
boring scene. Let's spice it up.
he used the cord to string.
There we go. That's what I was missing.
Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime.
The fact that that was still Chihiro's
He wanted
blood
to
is so
create the
fucked.
illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter.
Alright. Well, that's the start of Act 5, though. I mean... Oh, it's fucking this. He's literally at the door.
Here's exactly what happened. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence.
I'm not gonna lie.
Chihiro's handbook.
For some reason, I thought that silhouette was Byakuya walking into the room. But yeah, of course not.
And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out.
And now we have yeah, that... Oh my god, again.
Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
It's both kind of like a curse and a benefit because we get to see the designs of the characters in this, again, amazing art style. But at the same time, it sucks because the only way you get to see this is if they die. So it's like a paradox in a way for that.
Wait. No. This can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
I mean, the proof would be that his own handbook is wrecked, right? What we'll have to do is check one item of his and everything will be clear. A new element has been added to the bullet time battles. Oh god, not more. Fever time and nega time. During a bullet time battle, if you press RB, fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced into its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push AY however you want and destroy the opponent. Okay. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so it makes best... Okay, so we gotta strategize on how to use it then. Of course, it wouldn't only be fair if you got access to the special item, right? So we've also provided something called Nega Time for your opponent. Really? If your opponent activates Nega Time during the bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate Feather Time at this point... No, never mind, it's nothing... I'm not sure what would happen. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, the opponent won't use Nega Time, yeah. There's like, literally, there is no challenge whatsoever if you pick gentle. By that point, you might as well not even play the game.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence.
Alright, let's do it.
I won't listen.
1, 2, 3, boom.
I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you.
Tempo time, let's go. There we go.
Show me
Alright.
some evidence.
So I can still just fuck him big time here.
Listen. You're corrupt.
Let's go.
I refuse to vote. I refute you. False. You're corrupt.
Gotcha.
Show me some evidence.
And boom, that should be it. Alright, that was really easy that time. That was easier than the last time. Which is hilarious.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Yeah. And he concedes.
Huh?
We're done.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did it. I killed him.
And he goes out like a man. Alright, well, I did good at the start, but fuck me did I mess that up near the end. Why did I only get 1 C there? I like really screwed it up. And I got 1,000 coins. Jesus. Oh wait, no, that's points. Okay, 101. That's not bad.
Bro? Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Roger that.
Wait, hold on.
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank.
Oh my
Who
god.
will you elect as the Blackened this time around?
That was crazy.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
And with that, we are done. Poor Mondo.
What?
And we are back. Uh-oh. This time it looks like You got it right again! Yes, it is so! The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fusaki was... Mondo Awada! Shit.
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Oh, Taka chose the wrong answer. Did he choose fucking Makoto? That bastard. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Mr. Taka? You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way. No way you would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why? Why did you... Oh, that's actually so tragic, because, yeah. Oh, they were the best of friends.
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time. It's a sad story of two men.
Ha!
Oh, but for anyone who doesn't want to really hear it, you can hit the B button to fast forward the text. Yeah, no thank you. We'll absolutely hear this. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. Jesus, I'm weak.
Weak, 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 weak.
Good lord. Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept his fate. After all, the world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful he's describing himself. Hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Which, of course, included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But...
But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. So that was chapter 1 secret, my god. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. No, was that chapter... No, because the secrets revealed in chapter 1 was in the, They were in the DVD room. This was chapter 2, yeah. Yeah, so again, because everyone has, like, multiple different secrets, I presume, for each chapter, and I'm really curious if we'll get to learn all of those. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll be better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day, he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell the person his secret first, and then ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, it sure was! The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Whatever, man.
uh-huh.
Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro always aspired to be. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Oh, okay, it wasn't a deception to everyone. Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep his promise? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So, he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then, Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, honestly. But again, that's just this game in general. A lot of fucked up stuff is going on. Why would he do that? Jesus Christ, the more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. He has a secret of his own he can't let get out. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible! Nothing could have been that bad! Something you wouldn't even want to know, even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong!
It's impossible!
Don't make me repeat myself.
Jesus Christ, how many times are you going to repeat that very sentence, Mr. Tagami, coming in out of nowhere again? How many times do I have to repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, the secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Really? What the fuck? Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. His bro. Mondo's older brother, Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Yeah, you can even tell from the back they look pretty much the same. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of a starry-eyed big brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, #1 in the gang, and his #2, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gotta take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why...
I just...
Damn, he was pretty much in the exact same boat as Chihiro in a different way. I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what. I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during that race, tragedy struck. He got... Oh, it's the classic Truck-kun just killing him off. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... Oh, that's even worse! That's even... Jesus, that's so much worse than just doing it. Yeah, it's directly his own foolishness that got Daya killed. My god. Jesus Christ, yeah, that's a pretty bad one. Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up, sorry. Jesus. He couldn't put the blame on Mondo. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. Jesus Christ. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and to keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad, he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. Jesus Christ, Mondo. I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. Jeez, we keep showing these exact same shots again. And then the lovely, the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own older brother. Did I really just reveal those secrets without any of the context? It's just literally just the one sentence. No matter what, I couldn't let the gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it would have been for nothing. So that's why.
I...
Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before.
I
didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down to my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. We were in the same boat. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why not? Why are you telling me all this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of myself, so these two are literally, like, hand in hand, weak for different reasons, but looking for the same goal of being strong. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us. Shit, man.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
What? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I'd never had. I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What? What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back and my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Jesus Christ, yeah, he just fucking broke down in front of him and killed him.
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Strong, 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 strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch.
And stronger than Daya. Jesus Christ, and that's when he just fucking grabbed the dumbbell and just smashed it on him. That is so fucked up, honestly. That is actually just insane. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, I was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand and I was just staring at him, down on the ground. Yeah.
I killed him.
Yeah.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Yeah. So again, the kind of way they structure it, right, is again, the first chapter really is kind of like the tutorial to this because, you know, each kill represents the people falling into despair, right? Like, Sayaka fell into despair, and she, you know, because of that, she hatched the plan to kill Leon. Leon's like the one character that never fell into despair for the murder, you know, he was... In a way, he went from self-defense turned murder greatly, but there was nothing about his secret involved in the kill. In this case, the incident was set up perfectly because of two people kind of adapting to their despair, right? Like, Mondo fell into despair and killed Chihiro on accident. Chihiro found the strength to overcome his despair, but unfortunately it was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, and then, unfortunately, this has happened. It's the big theme of despair and what Monokuma tries to, you know, tries to reveal to the world. Like, the mastermind behind this is trying to reveal the true despair of the world and the secrets in a way, kind of trying to unravel the masks of the people the world see as like the strongest. You know, like regardless of your own strength, it's kind of like an ultimate is seen as like the epitome of their field, right? Like they've pretty much become like the perfect human of that field, and it feels like, you know, the mastermind is trying to drive those people that have kind of hit the epitome of their field into the ravaged despair, but also, you know, display that weakness to the world to also give everyone else the complex of, you know, it doesn't matter if you are an ultimate, you are just as weak as everyone else. That's kind of the vibes I'm getting from the mastermind here. And thanks to that, I did something I could never take back. Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness that had lived in a heart like his. And it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it. Jesus Christ, can you not? Please. Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't. Oh my god. It happened before. Is Taka gonna try and just fucking kill him now? Just shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead, say that again. I dare you.
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want, is what I want to say, but... yeah, because we have... the punishment is fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
Yep, execution again.
Well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The blackened disturbs the peace and will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
Yep, that's like the exact same line as every time. A very special punishment for Mondo Owada, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
What have we got? Yeah, what is it?
Sorry, man.
Oh, and he just takes it like a
I
man.
couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Oh, this is gonna hurt so much. But just do it. What is it this time? Bludgeoned by baseballs before. What the hell have you got this time, Monokuma? Alright, so obviously it retains to the field of Ultima. That's pretty much the same as everything. Good job, the hair. The hair, that's funny, yeah. He even made fun of his hair earlier on in the game, didn't he? The Cage of Death, Jesus. Okay. Jesus Christ, he's just gonna fucking thry him? What the fuck? Well, it looks like the Monokuma even died from that. What the fuck? Mondo Butter? Oh, Jesus Christ, that is beyond disturbing, and yeah, everyone in the background has it right. Sakura's furious, everyone else is traumatized at the front. Byakuya has no reaction at all. Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. Even Hero had nothing there. Yeah, what the hell was that kill? Just fried him into butter. Jesus. If he cans out butter at like the end of this, that would be just disturbing as all hell. It can't be! My brother! Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. No, no, no. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, oh, poor Taka, the full breakdown. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But he, of course, he had to. Wow. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game? Byakuya?
What is this?
Yeah, you're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead, do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except that...
However...
I just don't understand. Why? Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. That's literally it, yeah. He was bored. The trial was, this case was just too easy. He probably felt like Makoto and Kyoko would have put it together instantly and was like, yeah. I just wanted things to be a bit more exciting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too? That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is
Makes
nothing
sense.
to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the yeah, but that's kind of weird, because you have to go into the pool area, which is away from the library, to get to the locker rooms to begin with, so that kind of doesn't hold up, Byakuya. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse.
What?
You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well...
So, you saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Seriously, are they just making fun of the fact that fucking Leon was revealed at the beginning of the entire, like, investigation thing? Is that like a little meta joke? Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create a fake murder scene?
But
damn, man. If we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned and looked at me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for. Yep, that's the most interesting thing about this, is that the more trials we go through, the more cherry picking we have to do.
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next?
You
like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. Oh, Jesus. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope into despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Mean? Mean? Mean?
What the heck?
Calm down.
Damn it!
Good grief! I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever. It doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me, really.
Ooh, exciting.
Yep. The noble son of a noble family. Truly you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Yeah, shut up. I would never stoop to a level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up damn! Just declaring fucking war on the mastermind itself. I love him. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Tagami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up!
Oh, so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you, yeah, sorry. As sad as it is to admit, he's the wrong blonde. He is not the MC. And that is so tragic because, again, while I think it might be possible that some people survive beyond Makoto, I don't think Tagami's gonna be it, which is really... Oh, I hope he's final. He has to be final, like, endgame, chapter, whatever it is, killer. It just has to be beyond the mastermind. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. My god. Monokuma's laughter pealed across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. Yep. The killing game will still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of the courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair. And I'm assuming that's...
Well, anyway, like I was saying...
The fuck?
This is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot.
Is this the mastermind now?
Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring?
I'm assuming referring to Sayaka?
Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it.
This is interesting, yeah, because now we're getting into, like, the behind-the-scenes kind of stuff here, but it's still just the fucking bet.
Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right?
Huh, so there was... Not only was there someone involved, there was a schedule and a plan for how this had to play out. That's... What the fuck? That's really interesting. So is this the 16th member that just didn't show up?
Well, no biggie.
Or is this actually someone else of the group that is the, I don't even want to say this is the mastermind. It's just like a fucking, This is just like a, like an accomplice of the mastermind then.
Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay?
Oh no, they are part of the group still.
After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
I don't even know. There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Yeah, sure thing. Who is it? Oh, okay, this isn't it. The 16th high school student, I mean.
Ooh, my, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but...
No
super
spoilers!
Denied, ultra denied, demonic denied! Because you see, that's my ace in the hole.
So we still have yet to meet what looks like one, but possibly two characters?
And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
And that ends Chapter 2, Boys' Life of Despair. Yep, and we lost another 2, so our party is down to 10. Naturally, to be continued. And I got, oh, I got his fucking jacket. That's so sad. I bet I could give that to Taka. Yeah, 2 of a kind. And that will... And so, guys, that was Chapter 2 of Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. Holy God. You know, I went into the trial thinking that I'd, pretty much put most of it together. And well, I did for the most part, near the end was where I really started to struggle a bit. I mean, I practically got like 2 game overs there, which, was something I never really wanted to do. But I just got so lost by that point, and then the comic, that gave me some trouble as well. So, I kind of have 2 sides of it. Like, on one side, I'm disappointed in myself because, I fucked up and we're only in kind of like the true chapter right now. We're past the tutorial and I'm already getting stuck at certain points, which is definitely not a good sign. On the other hand, it's also a bit of a relief because I really thought that, I was getting worried that this chapter would have, again, been too easy, like, as well as chapter 1. So I'm glad I had a bit of a struggle in there, although, again... I gotta imagine we have at least 5 chapters in total. I'd say for a game like this, 5 might be a good point. Possibly more, possibly less. I'm not sure. I doubt we'd have any less though. So obviously this means that the next few are going to be even harder. And it seems like in the trials themselves, we are implementing more and more gameplay elements with each trial. So I'm really curious how many more they would take now. Like I really should keep in mind that what was it, the testimony part where I make a bullet out of someone else's statement. That is honestly probably going to give me a bit of a challenge in the future, but I don't know. Either way, this trial was, or this entire chapter I should say, was a massive step up from the previous one. Like I said, it really it kind of boosted Tagami like a lot in this. Tagami is the character that is probably going to be endgame. Honestly, by this point, I even consider that Tagami could be the endgame above even the Mastermind. Because I really feel like, Tagami at this point is, like, the antagonist of the game. Obviously, he's not our main villain, but he is absolutely the fucking antagonist of the game, right? Like, that's what's going to make his trial so difficult. But even I feel to a point to where you won't even be able to tell it was Tagami that did it, right? Like, it's going to be so goddamn glorious to see when that happens. Because just off of Tagami's character, he is almost in a way kind of built to do this kind of stuff, It was revealed that in his, his family, not only does he have access to these kind of files, he very specifically, from a young age, has been, he's been reading police documents on murders and all different kinds of crimes, and so he's seen and experienced the game. He's seen this kind of stuff from a very young age and has always taken a fascination in these kind of cases. So obviously when he comes up with a trial, it's going to be like the most absurd scene fucking bullshit we've ever seen. And, like I said, I'm at a point to where I don't think it's even in the trial, as things go on, it's not going to even be easy to figure out who did it, even when it'd be Tagami. But I honestly love that. It makes me so curious in his character. It makes me want to spend time with him, even though, even right now at this point, I have over 50, items, and I don't know what might actually be his, but I'm so curious as to how we're going to go into Tagami's, because, outside of the Mastermind, there's no one that could really fill the spot as the final villain, at all, and, it's when you bring in characters like this that it makes it the most interesting for plot development, because not only did Tagami proclaim that he was very much going to be, a Blackened at some point, he very much proclaimed to Monokuma himself that he is going to go against the Mastermind and he is going to find a way to kill him. And that is so absurd. The really kind of big thing as well is to keep in mind that there are there are sequel games in this fucking series. And I've even been told by a friend who's also done a Danganronpa playthrough and experienced this story, that Danganronpa doesn't really feel like a complete story on its own, and to really experience and get kind of, I guess, closure in a way, you have to play the second game on top of the first one. So, off of that, I'm really curious, you know, how we're going to go forward with this, and if we are going to see future characters interacting with old ones, like if Makoto comes back, if Tagami, Byakuya, Kyoko comes back, you know, I'm so curious on that, you know. Tagami has scary potential, you know, like this chapter was all about building him up above everyone else, you know. He's laying out, you know, his cards, he's laying out what he knows about the characters, and obviously he's laying out the tension in the characters, you know. He's kind of, in a way, he's just, you know, he's building up the scene to make his own mastermind kill before, you know, it's ever come to that, you know, because obviously the cases so far have been, you know, they've been spicy specifically because of Tagami. The cases so far have very much been average kind of, you know, murders in a sense, you know. Leon stabbed Sayaka was a pretty average kind of kill, a method of killing, you know. And then obviously being hit by a blunt object is also a very common way of going out for poor Chihiro. But Tagami is going to go further than that, to the point where he's even planting tension in the characters right now to go forward with that eventual hit, which is going to be so good. And yeah, his first ultimate move was fucking exposing Jill. I didn't even think of that, yeah. By the end of the chapter, the characters had pretty much forgotten that Jill was even there. The ultimate murderous fiend is in the fucking game now. You know, and like I said, I don't know if we're going to be doing it in a way to where, you know, Toko will be awake and then back in the next chapter. I seriously hope that's not the case, you know, because, well, you know, Toko was okay. I wasn't really, you know, like, I didn't love her or anything. She was okay as a character. But Jill. I said it, you know, I said it once, I say it again. I love the archetype. I love the characters that are just complete fucking psycho crazy bitches, you know. You got Jinx, Toko, Monica, you know, all these kind of characters that just portray, you know, their terror and their craziness in different ways and different expressions and philosophies. It's so cool, and we've also got to see a lot of, you know, Jill's mindset and her philosophy in this case, how she, you know, sees her murdering as a form of art, as a form of expression, and, you know, because of that, she's even kind of got she's actually got an ultimate title of the ultimate murderous fiend, which is insane. You know, it even goes to show in this world with the ultimate stuff, it's so crazy to think like that. But yeah, I guess it's kind of like the My Hero system, or not, sorry, the One Punch Man system, where even thugs can get hero statuses. It's like, even if you are seen as heinous and truly evil, you still get the title of the ultimate something. You know, the gauges and the, you know, the rankings in this universe as a whole is so interesting, and I'm so curious how that will go forward, you know, moving forward. I'm so curious how that's going to end up happening. But I'm so curious if I can interact with Jill, because like I said, I've been going down Kyoko and Celeste right now, and I'm still planning on doing that for sure. But I'm really curious if I can spend time with Jill, you know, and I feel like I've got some stuff for her, because again, I do have scissors. I know she's, you know, trademark scissors, you know, as she would put it, but I'm really curious if those other scissors would work, because at this point, I have no idea. You know, I have no idea what they would play out for on anyone else. But yeah, going back to Tagami real quick, he's kind of bringing up the interesting point that I'm really curious about will be going forward. It's that, you know, he's bringing up the idea that he is specifically studying everyone. You know, he set up the game of Chihiro's murder. You know, he put up the scene of the Genocide Jack kill in order to study who would put that together easily, you know. And for a while it was obviously just Makoto, you know. Kyoko didn't really contribute much to that. She really took the reins after, you know, Tagami's whole ploy was figured out. But it's at a point to where he now knows that Makoto and Kyoko are his biggest competition, pretty much. You know, he knows that they are the biggest ones. And obviously taking Tagami out of the picture, I'm really curious if the more we move forward, because obviously more people are going to kill, I'm curious if the other characters are also going to put that into perspective, because logically now, you know, past the first chapter, this one really should cement in the minds of most of the characters who is the most likely to pull them out if they become blackened. You know, it's not just a case anymore of who can I kill the easiest, it's a case of who is my biggest threat, you know, and at this point it's very much, I'd feel obvious that, you know, Kyoko and Makoto are the biggest threats in the trials themselves. Like, you know, Tagami's probably the most intellectually, you know, capable of the entire cast, but Makoto and, you know, Kyoko are the ones that put together the cases the most easily, you know, and because of that, I'm curious how we're going to go forward, you know, because a possibility is still failed killing attempts, you know. We could still have a case to where someone goes after Kyoko, goes after Makoto, they fail, and then, you know, that's either the end of the day, and then, you know, a new kill could happen in the same chapter, I don't know. And then that person is suspicious for the entire rest of the game, you know, the entire rest of the game, that's just the case of what's going on with them, or, you know, it's a case of something else. Like, that is what I feel like honestly probably should happen at some point, is even if they fail and we keep the character around, I feel like someone should make an attempt, fail, and then they just leave it. You know, they don't kill anyone else because then it's too obvious they would be a suspect or whatnot. And I'm really curious if we're going to go down that route. But what's also really interesting is Monokuma's new rule that you can only kill 2 people at a time to make the game continue going, right? And in that case, the 2 you absolutely want to kill the most is Makoto and Kyoko, because again, in the trials, they do the most work. Well, again, they might not be as, you know, capable as Tagami. They are the best suited for the trials, you know. Kyoko's ultimate is still up in the rain on what the fuck it even is, but Makoto obviously has great problem-solving skills together as well, and he's really coming out and kind of proving now why he is the ultimate lucky student. And like I said, that paints big targets on their backs, you know. So I'm really curious going forward how we're going to play that, because they have to be targets at some point, right? And as I even said, you know, it's I'm really curious if we will get a case of where 2 killers are apparent in 2 nights, because one night, you know, because like I said, the fact you can even target people in the trials themselves that are already deceased means that I don't feel like anything's off the table. So I'm curious if, again, accomplices might not get anything out of the the murder itself, but what you can do is tag team. You can, you know, help someone kill someone else, and then have them be your accomplice in a murder on the same night, so that you're both safe. No one, and then at that point, you know, you're both safe. Both of you can't squeal on the other, because then, you know, you're both susceptible to betraying each other, and it's the only real possibility of both of you getting out, right? So I'm really curious if it would go down that route. But like I said, it now really, you know, the more people we lose, it really becomes more of a case to where, who do you think is the most susceptible to dying? Who do you think is the most susceptible to staying? But also, who do you think is that fucking player in the game? You know, because we now learn that Monokuma has a accomplice of his own in the game itself among the students. They might not be the mastermind, because they apparently don't even know who this 16th member, who is confirmed to be a thing now, is. But they are in on the game. And I'm going to come right out and say it, that I think it might be Hiro. Again, because he is the most chill about everything. You know, obviously, when he learned and saw Junko die, he did have a bit of a mental breakdown. But even still, since then, he hasn't really done anything like that. He's still been, you know, chill. He's still been calm. He's still been, you know, himself, and he hasn't really had a panic. Even after, I think, Mondo's death, I don't think he even had a reaction at all, unless I'm misremembering. So obviously, that's something to think about right there. So I think it might be Hiro. Again, it could be others. It's definitely not Tagami. You know, I wouldn't even place that on him at all. I wouldn't put it on Kyoko either. Again, she just doesn't give me the vibes of someone who might have that. Obviously, she's the most mysterious of the group, but I don't think that's where it really goes. Celeste, I don't feel like she would do that either. I don't feel like she'd want those kind of stakes. I feel like, you know, she might be adaptable, but I don't feel like she's in the case of where she would have the cards in her hand from the get-go to begin with. I don't feel like she likes that kind of gameplay. And obviously the others, you know, Taka, Hifumi, Toko, you know, who else is there? Makoto's out, of course. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I don't know who it is, and that's pretty much that, you know, so, yeah, that's pretty much that. But Mondo and Chihiro, oh, that's so sad. You know, it really goes to show that, you know, this is the game now, you know. Like, you didn't really get it with Leon, because again, Leon didn't kill out of despair. He killed out of defense, and in the heat of the moment, it turned into murder, right? And this point, it was the case of two of the biggest secrets, you know, and the self-destroying parts of Mondo and Chihiro unfortunately clashed with each other, and because of that, Mondo, in a fit of rage, you know, unfortunately killed Chihiro, and it goes into the theme of what I believe Monokuma's trying to do, is he's trying to prove that despair lives in everyone, even those that are, you know, even those that are seen as the highest class of, you know, ultimates. They're still humans, and they still have despair, and they still have secrets, insecurities, all that shit. They still share that amongst themselves, and obviously, I feel like that might be what he's trying to do, is expose that to the world, you know, even if he might not expose the secrets out of, you know, honor, as much as someone like this can do it. I still have the idea that the trials, at the very least, are being, they're being broadcast to other people. Like I said, hell, it could be the Council of the Shadows, you know, and this is just a game that one of those people had. Again, it's like Tagami did reveal that his own family is a part of that group, right? Even if he didn't know about this in particular, it's a part of that group, and I'm curious if he suspects himself that the council that controls the world in the shadows are the ones that are watching this game for their own amusement, since, you know, when you're that powerful, you don't see anyone else as even human, you just kind of see them as pawns, as playthings, as pets for your own amusement, and it's that kind of philosophy that's like, you know, they would create a legit, realistic killing game to go into, you know. And I feel like that's probably the direction that we're going with here. And of course, obviously, the theme of despair continues on with poor Mondo. Again, Mondo I really liked. Like I said, Sayaka and Leon were okay. I didn't spend much time with Chihiro. You know, I imagine some people will probably be upset about me when that happens. Again, this playthrough hasn't even hit YouTube yet. Like, the prologue hasn't even gone up yet. I imagine people will probably be a bit disappointed in me that I never spent time with Chihiro. So, you know, that wasn't too strong of a surprise for me, but Mondo, I really like Mondo. I feel like I didn't say it enough, but I really did like Mondo. And this is the kind of the first hit to where it's like a character I really did enjoy watching is out, you know, and now it's kind of seeping in at this point that, you know, anyone can die. You know, anyone can. People that you like, that I like, are going to die. People you probably like have already died, you know. So now it's time we've got to start bracing ourselves for the end, right? But yeah, I'm really curious, because like I said, it's starting to become more and more of a case of where I'm starting to wonder, you know, because obviously our group is obviously shrinking. Our group is shrinking, and the more, you know, the more survival, the more, I don't want to say it, but the more intelligent and the more kind of like cold characters are being left on the board, it makes for a more interesting theme. It makes for a more interesting group. Of course, tension rises among the group, which is kind of what, which is basically what Byakuya did there, is that he made it to where not only did he make the case more interesting, he made the entire life at Hope's Peak more interesting now, because he unleashed Genocide Jack, and it's a case of where even if Toko comes back, you don't even know if, you know, when Jack will come out again, or Jill, sorry, when she will come out again now that that secret is revealed, you know, so everyone's going to be on tension for pretty much everyone, you know, and like I said, the group gets colder now, because obviously you've got Byakuya, you've got Celeste, you've got Kyoko, who are pretty much, you know, outcast kind of characters, you know, who kind of work on their own rules and whatnot. Taka's just going to be in despair, you know, I'm so curious what's going to be with Taka now, you know. And obviously Jack is the most, Jill, sorry, is the most interesting one going forward. So This is great. This is really fun. I'm really enjoying this. I'm really curious what we're going to do moving forward. Like I said, of the character, I feel like I should probably give a prediction on who I think might die next. Obviously, I think the most likely ones would probably be either Hina or Hifumi, because obviously Hifumi is like the weakest one. I know he's kind of been claimed by Celeste, which might give him more chances of surviving. But Hina, I think, is the most mentally weak of the characters, and that's not really a diss, because obviously this kind of treatment isn't, something that anyone should ever go through. It's obviously the most traumatic you could see at any age, But she gives me the vibes of, for one, she's the most extroverted of the group, she loves swimming, she loves socializing, all that good stuff. So obviously being stuck indoors, that just naturally isolation in a way fosters depression. So of course, the longer that she is forced to stay in this, just in this school in general, without any kind of communication, any kind of, just anything of the outside world at all, that would start seeping into her psyche very soon. Obviously, with on the discussion of the the traumas of seeing deaths directly and seeing people die and seeing the bodies, that's gonna hit on her very much as well, the same that it would everyone else. I feel like she is the one that might go very soon, because like I said, a possibility for another death in my mind is still a suicide, and I feel like at this point, she is the one that would commit suicide way more than anyone else. I don't feel like anyone else is at the point of hitting suicide yet. Until now, Taka could also be another candidate for suicide now. But I feel like even now, I'd have to see Taka's mindset going into Chapter 3. But I feel like Hina might get there at some point as well. But Taka has been jump-started to that as well at this point, So yeah. This is great, This is great. I'm loving it. I'm really loving this. We're also putting some more mystery on Kyoko, because she had something that she had to do that was never elaborated on in the trial, that she did outside of the trial. She said she had to do something unrelated, so there's still stuff going on with her there. One thing I am curious about is, and I was going to say in the trial, but I forgot, but I do want to quickly bring it up now, is that regarding Celeste's testimony, I'm curious if she told Makoto that specifically because I've been choosing to spend time with her. Like I said, because that is one thing about the game that is a little disappointing in my opinion, is that I have to get all the evidence before I can go into the trial. Like, I would like it if I could, it might be annoying in certain cases for certain players, but I would have liked it if I had the option to mess some bits of info here and there, and then either I have to infer from the other characters who did collect it, and put that together myself during the trial, or if I could just miss it, proceed forward, and then I have to come back and get it again due to a game over or something, because I didn't have the pieces, I would have liked that, but I'm curious if I got Celeste's testimony because I specifically chose to speak with her, and I've been giving her gifts, and I've been getting more not intimate, but I've been getting more emotionally intimate with Celeste as I've gone along. I doubt that it's the case, but I'm curious either way if that would be something the game would do. But I'm not too sure. Like I said, that's there. And yeah, the biggest kind of takeaway now is that the ramifications of this trial lead into the next one, Taka is omega depressed because obviously he lost his bro. Jack is out. Jill, is out, which is great. And Tagami is basically enemy 101, slightly, 2 points below the ultimate murderous fiend. So I'm really curious what's going to go on again. Tension is rising between the group now, outside of Monokuma's own threats and warnings of exposing secrets. We're at a point to where, and by now I feel like despair is really sunk in with almost everyone, and we no longer need to play the game of, threatening to expose secrets before murders start happening. And I'm really curious what the game's going to do in that regard, and especially if multiple murders happen in the same chapters. That is going to be really cool to see. So anyway, guys, unfortunately, we lost 2 more. Mondo, I loved ya. You went too soon, and I'm really sorry about that. I'm sorry I didn't, give you any gifts or anything. I hear there is an extra mode when you complete the game that you get to see all of the content regarding the characters, which I will be playing, you know, after the game. I'll definitely show all that off later on, without a doubt. You know, I have had my fun. Chihiro, I'm sorry you went too. All you wanted was strength and to get off over your insecurities, and, well, you took the first step anyway, and that really does make you strong. So anyway, guys, that was an incredible chapter. Like I said, Tagami's come up, characters are getting more interesting, and I was proven that even if I think I have everything right and I can go through comfortably, I'm still gonna get probed pretty hard in the trial, you know. Regardless of how good I think I am, this game is the ultimate despair, and I know that I'm not good enough to get it as smoothly as before. So anyway, guys, I'll be more cautious about that. I've enjoyed this. I hope you guys have enjoyed this part and this trial, and I'll see you guys next time when we begin Chapter 3.